Good evening, sir. In this video, I would like to talk about DFA. So let's start. A finite automata is mainly divided into two categories: DFA or deterministic finite automata and NFA or non-deterministic finite automata. There are several other categories of finite automata, but the main two are DFA and NFA. But in this particular presentation, we would be only learning about DFA. So let's quickly dive into the definition of DFA, that it stands for the simplest model of computation in the world, and it is has a very limited memory. It is designed to represent certain languages in the form of 0 to the power n, 1 to the power n, or a to the power m, b to the power 2m, etc., etc., etc. We would be looking at it further. Moving on to the next slide, we have to read about some basic tuples used in a DFA. They are tuples, basically some symbols we are using in DFA, and we have to beforehand know about what they stand for. So capital Q stands for set of all states. Sigma stands for all inputs of the DFA. Q naught is the start or the initial state. F is the set of all the finite states of the DFA. And del, it is the transition function defined from Q into sigma to Q. So let's start with some of the examples of DFA. Very basic examples. L1. L1, this is L1, that is in this kind of, they are the languages. We call it language. So this language L1 says that it is a set of all strings over 0 and 1. That means only 0 and 1 are to be included in this particular set of language. That starts with 0. And one more compulsion is there. It should only start with 0. So we can think of 0. Then of length 2, we can think of 00 or 01. Of length 3, we can think of 000 or 001 or 010 or 011, etc. So quickly designing this DFA, we can start with the starting state or the initial state Q naught. This arrow kind of thing is given in front of the starting state. We can by this we can determine this is the starting state. So Q naught, after getting the input of 0, moves to Q1. Okay, that means Q0 is the starting symbol. And after that, we can have infinite number of 0 and 1 over here. And if to represent infinite number of a string, we use a self loop like we use over here. Now, double boundaries, double circle represents that this is the final state. But what if Q0 receives an input of 1, which is not accepted by this language? So it quickly moves that 1 to the dead state or the trap state. And on Q2, we can have infinite number of 0 and 1 again. Moving on to example 2. This says that construct a DFA that accepts set of all strings over 0 and 1 of length 2. There is a compulsion that the length should only be 2. So we can have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. Now coming to design of this DFA. Starting state is taken. Then we can have either 0 or 1. With this, we can move to the next state, that is Q1. And then after Q1, we can have infinite number, only 1, but either of 0 or 1. We move it to the final state, that is Q2. But what if after that also we are getting some input of strings, we quickly move that to the dead state or the trap state Q3, and they are just not accepted by this DFA. Now moving on to the third but an important example, that is how to figure out what a DFA recognizes. Till now we have read that we have been given by a language and then we have to design a DFA for that. But now we have been given by a DFA and we have to determine which language is it talking about, which language it has been designed. So quickly looking about on this example, starting state Q0, when it gets an input of 1, it moves to Q1. Okay, done. Then on Q1, we have infinite loop of like self loop of 1. We can have infinite number of 1, or either no one or many ones. Okay. So Q1 having an input of 0, we can move to Q2, that is the final state. Okay, so this part of DFA states that it stands for a language 1, 0 or 1, 1, 0 or 1, 1, 1, 0 or like any number of 1, 0, 1 and then 0. Okay, this part of the DFA states that receiving an input of 0, it moves to Q3, and Q3 receiving an input of 1, that it moves to Q4, and that is the final state. That is, the language accepted by this part of DFA is only and only 0 and 1. That's all. So the language accepted by this DFA is 01, okay, then 10, 110, 1110, and so on. So that this part of DFA stands for the language 1 to the power n and 0. Now combiningly, we can write that L. L is the language accepted by this DFA is the strings 01, okay, or a string of at least one 1 followed by a 0. That is, at least one stands for any number of 1 can be there, but followed by a 0 at the end. Okay, so with this, we come to the end of the session. I hope you like it. Thank you.